Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest in that wonderful little town of Belfair, Washington. Hickville, USA as I love to call it. Welcome to my channel everybody. So this is September 2025's Monday series video number 4. That means this will be a fun fold everybody. So every month I concentrate on a particular stamp set, suite, or bundle, and on the rare occasion a kit. This month is no different. We are working with the Charming Day suite, as this was my 50% off suite when they had their promotion of buy one suite, get one 50% off. And I apologize if it seems a little dark. It's, getting into the fall here. And it's football season. Go Bulldogs, right? Yes, my grandson plays football. So as with that being said, I spend most of my evenings at the football field with him. Yes. So this suite, like I said, was the 50% off suite. I chose it because of the DSP. It's got beautiful DSP, and some of the sentiments are some that I have not seen before. But every month I have a Monday series and a Saturday series, no matter what. I do a Wednesday series, but those for the months of August and September, I won't have one because of football season. But those are a little bit different. I do kind of my own thing on the Wednesday series. But for my Monday series, the first Monday is always a sketch card, the second a case of card, the third a shaker card, the fourth today is a fun fold, the fifth is a mystery for you and me both as to what I will come up with. And that's the next one, right? For the Saturday series, it's still using the same stamp set, suite, bundle, or kit, but those are designed a little different. Those are designed, the first is always designed for the beginner stamper, the second for the casual stamper, the third for the avid, and the fourth is the extreme. Kind of throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, right? And still try to make it look as beautiful as possible. The fifth, if there are 5 Saturdays, is a mystery as to what I will come up with for you and me both. So with that being said, let me show you a little bit about this suite. So it came with this braided trim, which I have yet to use. Was not on my radar. This probably will be something that I'll have for years to come. Sorry, that's just my personal thing. It came with these really pretty, charming shimmer faceted dots. Really nice. I'm probably going to use some of those today, though these I think would be a great alternative as well. These were the antique pearls. So then they have the Charming Day dies, and we are using this one here. Now, to use this one, you could cut it out in white and color the leaves and the flowers, or you could do what I did today, which was cutting out in 2 different colored cardstock, a green and then a color of your choice for the flowers. So that's what I have done. And then this is the stamp set. So what stuck out for me for this set was the Thanks for Being You, the Hey, which I absolutely love, and You Made My Day, and Can't Wait to See You Again. The Happy Birthday, there's lots of those running around, but those 4 were very different, and they made the stamp set speak to me, and so therefore I purchased it. The florals, there's lots of florals out there. I have several. The Cottage Rose is one of my favorite. This I think is going to be easy to color. You'll see me coloring this with my Saturday series, but for my Monday series, I really haven't done a lot of coloring. I've done some sponging and stuff, but really not any coloring. And today there's not going to be really any coloring for this as this set either. So with that, I'm going to set these aside. We'll show you a little bit of the DSP. We're going to use some of this DSP today. There's this one which really sold me this set, and I haven't even used it because you know that hoarding tendency you get. It's like, oh, I need to save this. I need to cut it up and use it, but I still haven't brought myself to do it. This is absolutely beautiful, 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 right? And then I have used some of all of the others. So we have this one with this mum or chrysanthemum kind of. This floral bit, And this one, this suite also coordinated with the June paper pumpkin kit. So I'm going to set that back there on that chair. I am bringing in a couple of more things. I'm bringing in the Kindest Expressions, because this is going to be a thank you card with the thanks so much for the inside. I like the size of this. This was on the, they don't call it clearance anymore, really. They call it the last chance, something like that. And then I'm using the Thinking of You from April 2025's paper pumpkin kit for the front. That is because this is actually from the actual kit, and that was out about on my desk, and I thought, whoo, yeah, baby, we're using that up right now. So we're going to use that for this one. I'm going to set this over here, and the stamp, we can set that over here as well. What else? Oh, we are using the deckled circle die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 from the center out. And let me show you the fun fold. Are you ready? Now, this card is from Miss Allie Clark. She has her own YouTube channel, and it's called Allie Cat Creations over there, and you should go check her out. I was doing some YouTube catch up with her today as well. So this is absolutely beautiful, and not sure where she got the fold from, but we are copying her fold. Absolutely love it. Mine's going to, of course, be a little different as for my DSP. So let's bring in my pieces. This is my sample. So what I have for you is that same die, right? And I have it in Mossy Meadow, and I have it in Petal Pink, but we're going to do my favorite little speckly stamp, the itty bitty backgrounds. Now there are many, many little background stamps. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, go look at your Paper Pumpkin stamps, everybody, because there are so many little speckly backgrounds. There just are. You'll find one in there that you can use. Perch in a Tree had one. I know I say that one a lot because it is there, but there are others as well. So this is just one I keep on my desk. It's always handy and dandy. We're going to do some little speckling on these with a little bit of Cajun Craze. And that is because I got a new ink pad from the lovely Lori, which I haven't opened it as of yet, but we are going to right now. And I'm going to share with you. So on the back here, you have these stickers. I'm looking for the pokey tool. Underneath some pencils here. So there are many colors of these, and you can use them all if you want to. So I am going to use... You can peel this up. I'm going to peel this one up for now. I'm going to stick it on the front of my pad. And I'm going to stick another one here, this solid color, on the back of my pad. Now, you can also get yourself a sponge dauber. Let's see if mine probably doesn't have it. Right here, this is Cajun Craze, right? So now that I have a new pad, I can take off my old label. Or actually, let's leave that on because you'll see the color better with the white. So you could do a little piece of paper. Where's the ink pad? And I am going to use this one. I know it's not in a foreign... Oh, it's not in a foreign language. So we're going to save that one for my next one. I'm going to use this one here. It's the color I'm after. And it says terracotta something. So that's close enough. I'm going to put that like right here. That's close enough. See, it's on the black. It's hard to see on the black. But on the white, you'll basically see that. So we might leave that out. Now, this other one here, show you how I do my paper. Of course, I put it away. But I have these folders, right, for my paper. This is how I store my paper in my folder. They're expanding file folders, and I have a label there, but I don't have all of them like this because unless I have a sticker here, I don't have them because I didn't do this till later on. But now I also have the color on there. So I have the label, but now I have that as well. And this can go back in the drawer. All right. So just a little tip for you there. This can stay on, or you can take this off. You can leave that piece on as well. You have an extra one if you need another color for something, maybe a blending brush or something, but there we go. Get everything out of the way. We're going to use this. Now, this is from the July paper pumpkin. I told you I was keeping this with my kit. We're going to cut this right. It's the wrong scissors to cut like that. We're going to cut it here. Then I'm going to trim this down so you don't see that cutoff point. And now I have two pieces that I'm going to use because the DSP we're using, this piece has the Mossy Meadow and that Pretty Peacock, right? So I know that if you probably don't have this, but the dies, I got a dog tap dancing outside my door, which is driving me crazy. They have a similar die. Well, they have several. So you could use this die, which is extremely almost identical to this one, right? So you could do this. I mean, it's really similar. It's just, it's even got the same little flowers, the little buds there. You could do that one in Pretty Peacock. This is this die here. Oops, we're not using that one. That's from the same kit. I just didn't use it. All right, so let's put that back over there. I don't need that out. So for this card here, for my version of it, we have one leaf cut into two. I'm going to put the die in there, and then we have the large floral die cut twice, one in a green and one in a color of your choice to match your DSP. Our DSP is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. Now you will need a second piece cut to 1 and where's my cheat sheet? I bet I didn't write it down, but you'll need it cut to 1 3/4. Nope, that's not the cheat sheet. I had a cheat sheet here somewhere. Okay. DSP layer number 1 is 4 by 5 1/4. DSP layer number 2, this is for the inside piece, is 1 3/4 by 5. Sorry, this is for the inside piece. So our card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Layer number 1, this piece. Only put glue around the outside. Do not put glue in the center, just around the outside. Glue it down. Open it up like this, glue it down. Take your circle die of choice. You see mine here. Let me take off my... Guys, do be careful when removing washi tape. It will tear. I've had it tear. These are really old pieces of washi tape, but I still take care with removing them because I do and have torn, especially DSP. But I didn't want to do any die cutting on camera. So, put your DSP on your card base. Put your die down before you decide to go cut. If you're making this identical card, take your die cut of your flower and determine where it's going to lay. You want it to sit within your DSP. right? So maneuver your die in position, right? Because maybe you want it over here, maybe you want it totally down, maybe you want it coming up there. Just determine where you want it. When you find where you want it, tack your die in place. Okay, you do want it kind of center because of the inner piece that's going to move, how this moves. So you do want it relatively in the center of the fold. Run this through your die cutting machine, right? Then when you do, you're going to remove this piece. We're going to use this piece. Now, if you did it right and you did not glue it together, oh no. See, mine got glued together. That's all right. I did smear it when I did it, so it's going to be okay. We are just going to finish gluing this down. Making sure it's glued safely. I was going to flip it over, but not now. But I tell you what, I'm going to fix that because now we're going to use a piece of vellum. I must have squiggled glue all over it, and I did not want to. But you know what? It happens. If you want to flip this over to use the reverse side, do not. Do not put glue all over it. I want to diffuse this now. I don't want you to see that so big. So guess what? We have to die cut a piece of vellum. And let me check and see if I have a piece of vellum in here that will, might have used it, but I thought I had a piece in here. Apparently not. All right. I just need to get a piece. And I need my die now back. So I want to get this right back where it belongs. And this is the deckled dies. Okay, so it's in place. Now I'm going to pop this back into its rightful location around the die, hopefully. That looks good. Now I'm going to go die cut this really quick. Sorry, guys. It happens. It's just... I'm looking for the plates. They're there. If I had a magic wand, I would wave it and this would be done and I wouldn't have made such a silly little mistake. But hey, we learn, we move on, and I'll still make mistakes like this because I'm human. So now I have a piece of vellum to diffuse the centerpiece. You'd be surprised how many times I can reuse a piece of washi tape. All right, now to figure out how to get it in its rightful place again. Or close enough that it looks good. All right, right there. So now I'm going to just tape this down for a minute, I think. Tape it like that so it holds it for me. All right. Oh yeah, that's well and down there. That's great. All right, so that's the front of our card. We're going to set that aside. We are going to work, not on the inside, we're going to work on my flower here. I'm trimming off all of the greenery pieces from the floral images because I don't want the petal pink leaves. I just want the petal pink flowers. I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Coaster. I'm going to stamp off twice. Just giving it a little bit of color. I'm going to pick up whatever ink's on here. Then I'm going to brush it on the petal pink. And we're going to give ourselves a pretty little flower here. In the center, these pop out. You could pop them back in if you wanted as well, but I don't want them in there. A little darker in the center. All right, that looks really good. Now we're going to glue this to its counterpart in Mossy Meadow. Almost glued the leaf. We don't want to put any glue on the leaf. Pop that little bit out. And voila, we have a pretty petal pink and Cajun Craze flower with Mossy Meadow leaves. Just like that, we have changed it, and it brightens our day. These now, we're going to tuck one there, and we're going to tuck one. Might have to wait until we put that on the actual card, but I thought one was going to go there and one would go here is what I was thinking, and I bet they will. So let's take a look at our card again. Now I did not do a border. I didn't think it needed it. I know she has a nice border on there, but I was keeping this really relatively simple here, because this is going to come well up into it. That's another reason why we're waiting to see where this is going to land. I could use more of those. I just might. Just wait. We'll see. I'm going to definitely put that there. Okay, let's go on to the inside of the card. We're still going to hold off on that one. So for the inside, this is a piece of white that is 5 1/4 by 8, scored at 4 and scored at 6. So I like to fold, as you know, up, and away from me. It's just my weird little thing I do. And then I'm going to fold that one back. So this is the inside part of this card that pulls out. So, right? So now we need to cut our panel to go here. Where's my extra DSP? Right here. Maybe we could use this side, but we'll have to see. So this needs to be 1 3/4 because it's already cut to 5 1/2. So 1 3/4. pieces out of this. I got to show you how to line up your die, and then we got to use it. Oh, it's not cut to 5, it's cut to 5 1/4. Stinky winky. Well, it still got to use for two purposes, right? And cut that to 5 because it's at 5 1/4 and it needs that little bit off. So now I can determine, I had the right measurement written down. So I can choose to go this way in my card. I'm going to have to take a look-see here. You won't see this. What you were going to see is this, because this is going to go back in its rightful spot, right? But what you will see, oh, I'm going to like the pretty peacock. I'm going to like the pretty peacock. So that just decided it. We're going to do the pretty peacock on that side. Yes, you could have used cardstock instead of the DSP, but I had already determined I was using the DSP. So I'm going with it. I'm going to roll with it. So I cannot get this permanently in place until I get my sentiment on it. That's the hard part, is I've lost my place with this, the vellum. There, right there. So, June, quit moving. I had it perfectly and now it moved again. I'm just gonna glue that back down. Now we're going to glue this in place and hope that I can stamp my sentiment nicely in it without messing up, right? So we're going to stick this in its rightful place, and if all goes well, we will have created this beautiful card. This pulls out. We are going to stamp "Thanks so much" in Cajun Craze. There's something sticky on my hand. Because it's saying "Thinking of You." No, there's no fixing this, guys. There is no fixing this. It's just an opportunity to make a prettier card. That's all there is to it. So, DSP time. Where is the pretty DSP that I just used? That's all it is. It's just an opportunity to make a prettier card. So, I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock now, I mean DSP, to, let me make sure I get this measurement right here. Where's the ruler? My faded, but this is one of my favorite rulers. So this is going to cut to 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Oh yes, and then we're going to cut in a piece of white. So 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. It's just a creative opportunity. And then I have a piece of white, do I? Please. That will be cut down to 3 1/2 I hope that stamp fits on here, by 4.5. And we're going to stamp on this one before putting it in. And then if all goes well, we will join everything. Just a creative opportunity. And it's going to fit. I'm going to scoot this down to the edge so I have a straight line, hopefully. Gonna put my fingers right there. Ta-da! Second time's the charm. Not third time, second time's the charm, right? And we're gonna use these. Now, if I get that halo, I might just give this card up. No, I wouldn't. I would not give this card up. We're just gonna check it. I'm even gonna run my fingers along the edge. We're going to add some pretty peacock here. And some pretty peacock there. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue this here. This is what I mean, a creative opportunity. That's all it is. No stress. It can be fixed. It can be saved. Now, you could have just done a piece of white to go on top of it, but I said creative opportunity, right? This pretty peacock will go very nicely with the pretty peacock on the right-hand side when it's opened. So it's going to look like an intentional mistake or an intentional. See, it's going to look like it was totally intentional, but it totally was not. So that's okay with me. I like that there is the difference between the two of them. So you see that when you open it up. Here we go. Thinking maybe now I need a border, a ring of, I do. Now I need a little ring. I'm going to have to go back to the die cutting machine. This is just how it goes sometimes. I don't know. Yes. Should it be that big? Where's the die? That's really not that big. Yes, I'm going to take this over to the die cutting machine. Deep breath, Alice. Yes, this stresses me out that I've come this far so far, guys. I just can't quit now. So we're going to definitely go all the way. We're going to make a border like Allie did here. If I hadn't made that mistake on the inside, I wouldn't be doing this step. But because I did make that mistake, now I'm going all out. So much for keeping it really simple, right? Give me a second. We're going to run it through the machine. And it'll probably come out even nicer than what I originally had hoped for. But sometimes creative opportunities. Alrighty. Now I have... Alright, I have to laugh now because now I have the pretty peacock that could sit on the inside of this piece, but we will save that pretty peacock for something else because all I want is the ring now. Oh my giddiness. Oh, sometimes. That's just how it works. That's just how it works out sometimes. just ever so just sometimes, you know, you just can't win. You just got to roll with what is thrown your way, right? And I'm just rolling with it here. All right, so next we're gonna put this in play, hopefully. I'm going to try to keep this going like this direction, and this is where the rose is, so hopefully that will help me. This now is going to go here. And I am just going to lift it up. And fill in a half moon shape. That looks really good. Smush the glue around. Get it well insecure. Now, where is my thinking of you? Which we are going to also take our Cajun craze and go lightly around the edges. Why? Because we can, of course, just to give it a tad of color. Now this is going to go there, but this is going to go on here, and our thinking of you has got to go in the center, right? I'm going to put this up on. I need something to set here real quick. I want dimensionals. Let's finish that off. You got to be able to open it up. This has got to come clean. So now that we have that down, I can open this up and I can add tear tape, or glue dots would work better in this case. To secure the vellum in place on our circle. I thought my fingernails would be better to release them, but I'm finding that I want my pokey tool, but I don't want to grab it here. So we're just going to roll with it. Onto the floor with you. Off with their head, right? That one, a few more. One more over in this piece. And then we're going to close it up. We can remove our washi tape. And our card open. Ah, perfect now. Now it's perfect. Now we have to put our greenery down, right? so this is going to come this way, and we have our embellishments. Do we want this to be up on? I think we could go with use a whole bunch of minis on here as well. So placement time, right? One here and one here, and then everything below that can get in mini. That looks good. I'm gonna be sweeping the floor. Be doing the Cinderella thing, right? Or clean up on aisle 9. Those are removed. This one needs to be removed. I wonder what color bling. We don't have Cajun Craze. We're not using Berry Burst, and we don't have Pretty Peacock over there. So guess what, guys? We're using the Antique Pearls because none of the bling here. Oh, those might. Okay, we might use the Petal Pink because I was looking. I was like, none of those are going to work on this. None of those are going to work on this, but the Petal Pink will work. Oh, we can do it on here. That one needs some, or at least one. Oh, no, it can't. Sorry, that one can't work. No, that one's got to go in the garbage. Because it can't. Because it opens. Like so. You don't want anything back there. Okay. These are going to get tucked into play. We're going to put our tacking drops down, and then we'll worry about the rest here in a minute. I kind of like that. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely lilac, right? All right. We need to stamp an envelope. We have some now sentiment strips that can be used. That we don't need. This goes in the garbage. So I just might, I'm kind of thinking these are nice, but that's going to bug me a little. That will work. All right. Do I want these or do I want the antique pearls? These or these? These or these? Okay, we will do the ones that came with the suite, but I'm thinking these would look really pretty too. But let's go ahead and use some that came in the suite. I don't have to do that because we cut the side and we covered it so we could slide it in and out. We need the pokey tool. I think if we use any of them, we need the big ones. We need these to stand out, right? Nope, I can't do these. I just can't. Let's try these. These are going to stand out more. They just are. Do you see that? They're going to take on more of the Pretty Peacock color than the others will. They just will. So we're going to do 1, 2, and so we're going to do 1 here. I do struggle with placement of these kind of things. I just do. 1. 2, and a small one, I think. 1, 2, 3, and I think I want 4 and 5. I think that one could be actually a really big one down here. 4 to draw your eye in. 4. And I want to move all of those closer. Yes, that OCD-ness gets to me. Yes. Okay, that's my placement for modules. Modules are the antique pearls, and we need to stamp on here. And it's going to be really simple, everybody. We're going to stamp that pretty little leaf that we stamped on the inside. So hopefully we get no halo. We're going to stamp that "Thanks for being you." This is from the set. This is in also the Cajun Craze. Now this one, I want to stamp off. We're going to need to stamp again. Stamp off. And stamp right on top of it. I could have stamped right here, and I got the halo. Figures. Foam pads are so frustrating like that because your stamp sinks into it. So let's take a look at what we created. Sorry about the extra die cutting, just sometimes it happens like that. So Allie sent me this wonderful fun fold. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And this is what I did with the Charming Day Suite for this card. I do kind of like that kind of like tucks it in and makes it stay closed. Except that needs to kind of stay there. Now wondering if I need to like do that, because that works. That will work for me, not against me. I like that. So there we go, everybody. I hope you like what I've come up with for my fun fold for this card. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon here in my Wonderland. Now it's ready to get ready for some football, right? Bye-bye for now, everyone.